Hi friends, in this video I'd like to explain how can we fill the application form for National Cadet Corps Senior Division Wing Enrollment Form. This form is as per the rules of 7 and 11 of NCC Acts 1948. In this, firstly you have to paste an attested passport size color photograph on the top right column, then your name on block capital letters with one space. If your name is Gogul Lal, then that means Gogul space Lal. That is a mode of writing of your name. Then nationality, date of birth, name of father or guardian's name, mother's name, residential address. That's very important. Firstly, you have to fill the landmark, then state, then district, then taluk, then city, then village, and pin code. That means this is in the reversal order: landmark, state, district, taluk, city, village, and pin code. Then your mobile number is very important because in these days, every one of you know that every communications are through WhatsApp. Because of this, your WhatsApp number and active email ID is very important. Then the next important thing is your blood group, your sex, nearest railway station and nearest police station. Then your educational qualification. In this case, you have to write your educational qualification. Uh, if you are an open quota cadet, your education qualification must be 10th, and you have to fill your percentage of marks in the 10th standard. And if you are applying during graduation, you have to fill your marks in the 12th class, 12th standard. Then next one is identification marks. At least two identification mark is required. Then the 14th thing is very important. Have you ever convicted by a criminal court? If so, in what circumstances and what was the sentence? Attach relevant document. Okay, because NCC, according to NCC Acts and Rules 1948, if a cadet aspirant has any serious criminal background, then the application will summarily rejected. That's why this point. Then the next one is the name of a school, college, and stream. That's very important. Your college, that means your college in which your graduation or 12th is doing, is very important in this. And your stream. Suppose if you're doing the graduation course, BA, BSc, BCom, such stream is very important. Next one, if you're the 16th one is very important. Willing to be enrolled and undergo training under National Cadet Corps Act 1948. If you are not willing, that means your application will summarily rejected. In this column, you have no other option. You have to fill yes. Then the next one is NCC unit enrolled in. That means the battalion in which you are seeking to your NCC admission should be filled here. And the next one is what? Next one is, have you been enrolled NCC earlier? If you had attended NCC during your school days, because in junior division, if you are an NCC cadet, then you can fill your regimental number and details in this column. Next one is, have you been dismissed from NCC, the Territorial Army, the Indian Armed Forces, etc. That's very important. Then next of kin address, next of kin with address and relationship is very important. Then your bank account details with IFSC code and bank account number is very important. Your Aadhaar number is important. PAN card is not required, but if you are willing to share your PAN card number, it's okay. Then place and date, you have to your signature is also important. This is the first column of NCC application form. In the second page, the declaration from the parent or guardian is required. In this case, that column should be filled with your parent's name, and your parent's signature is required. Place, date, and certificate from the enrolling officer is required. This is filled by the commanding officer of the unit, and the unit seal is required. Then this is very important. Medical medical certificate from a medical officer, preferably from government medical college or government hospitals is required for this purpose. Then this is actually not needed for a first year cadet, because this section see rule 13, this is actually required for a student who are seeking for extension. That means extension means for a student who are seeking admission after his third year. If he want extension in NCC, he has to fill this application. This is actually not required for a normal cadet. Then the next one is indemnity bond. Indemnity bond is written in to the President of India. Not like to read this. In consideration of my being nominated either by NCC authorities or at my own request as a participant in any NCC camp, which include Republic Day camp and Independence Day camp in Delhi, course adventure training including Army, Navy, Air Wing activities, as the case may be, and while traveling in domestic, international surface, air and water transport, and attending youth exchange programs abroad, I undertake and agree that neither I nor my extruders or administrators or other legal representatives will make any claim against the government or against NCC authorities, including officers, JCOs, NCOs, or their equivalent form from Navy and Air Force, civilians, empty drivers, or against any other such person in the service of the government in respect of any loss or injury to the property of person, including injury resulting in death due to any reasons whatsoever which I may suffer while or in consequences of my participation in the above activities, and I understand that no compensation will paid by the government or NCC authorities, including officers, JCOs, NCOs, or their equivalent form in Navy and Air Force, or civilian empty drivers in respect of any such loss or injury, and I agree that as to bind myself, my executors and administrators and other legal representatives to indemnity the government of this is the statement. And after that you have to sign, sign um, with your number and name, your unit and group is required. Then there are two witnesses is required for this. These witnesses should be either gazetted officers or should be the ANO of your institute. Then signature of the parent or guardian with name and address is required. This is the first application form. Okay, there is another application form, another form along with this, that's the CWS form. In the informations related to that will discuss after this video, after this section. This is the second application form, nomination form for the membership of the NCC Cadet Welfare Society. In this, your name in block letters should be required. Your parents' name should be in block letters. Your class, your school, your NCC enrollment date, and your battalion. Name of unit means your battalion, and your father's occupation, your father's annual income is required, and the allocation of the financial assistance is required in this column. The next page, place a date, your signature, place a date, signature of the ANO and head of the institution is required. Then your name is required. Sorry, your father's name is required in this column, and place a date, and your father, mother or guardian's signature with full address, along with two witness signature is required in this section. Then here the commanding officers and group headquarters official sealings is in this area. Okay, this is a total application form of NCC Army Wing, Navy Wing and Air Wing. Thank you for watching my video.